Whiskey 2, Charlie, Alpha, Whiskey.
Okay, Whiskey 2, Charlie, blank, Whiskey, what's that letter between the C and the W?
Alpha, America.
W2CAW, is that correct?
That is correct.
Roger, Roger, what's the name there, sir?
Albert.
And what's your location, sir?
I'm in South Carolina, about halfway between Columbia and Charleston.
All right, stay right there. I've been working on my mag loop directionality, and so I consider you would probably be about 90 degrees from Louisville, Kentucky. Is that a roger?
Probably a little bit more than that. Probably 100 to 110.
Okay, I came up to 107, and tell me about your antenna system for just about 10 seconds or so.
Well, right now I'm on a 40 meter off-center fed dipole at about 35, 40 feet.
Roger, Roger. And what radio are you running, sir?
7300.
Ah, yes, yes. Well, what's the best thing that you like about the 7300?
Well, there's nothing to dislike. I like the whole radio. I mean, it's great.
Roger, Roger. Okay, I've looked at your audio, and we could fatten it up just a little bit if you'd be interested. It starts with the compressor coming online at about a 3. It's just a very token amount, but it does precisely what it needs to do as far as the beginning of our procedure. Roger.
Compressor's on at a 5 setting.
Okay, you want to put it on a 3? Just it's a token amount, but it does what it needs to do without sucking up. Anything past 3, you can hear it suck up.
All right, it's on 3. How's that?
Yes, sir. Now go to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your ALC to where it's running mid-scale to 2/3.
All right, let me get the scope up on that.
Actually, you can do that just on your ALC meter reading. That's where you should do that.
All right, I'm on that. Okay, I've got to turn the compressor down.
Now, listen to me. Leave your compressor at a 3. Leave your compressor at a 3. Turn your mic gain down to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
All right, I'm doing that right now as we speak. I am down to, right now I'm at about, I'm at 5%.
Review. We want the compressor on at about a 3. Compressor on at about a 3. Then we move to the ALC, and we're looking at the ALC meter, moving left to right there. And with your mic gain, you want to adjust where the ALC is reading from mid-scale to 2/3. The actual sweet spot is that space between mid-scale and 2/3. Roger?
On the mic gain, compressor's at 3. So right about there, it's about 2/3, half to 2/3.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's looking good. Now, are you using the stock hand mic?
Yes, I am.
Okay, now what you need to do when you're working that stock hand mic is pull it to the side of your lips and talk across it. Do not talk straight into it. Just talk across it. Roger?
Yep, gotcha. That's what I've been doing. How's that?
Roger, I did hear quite a bit of mouth noise there a little while ago, but it's important that you address that microphone that way, or get a windscreen if you, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to get a windscreen anytime soon, what with us sheltering in place and all, but ideally that mic, you could use a little foam windscreen, just slip over that mic, and then take your little piece of masking tape, and so you can denote which end is up, so you're not talking into the back of the mic, because that windscreen will almost cover the whole thing. But the idea is that that is an electret condenser microphone, and you can't talk directly into it because your transients would just be tremendously over accentuated. So one way around that is to work, pull it to your lips and work across it until you can get a windscreen to, and then once you get a windscreen, you can talk to it however you want, Roger.
Right, I gotcha. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not breathing into it or anything. I'm talking across it, as you can probably tell. That should be clear. And the ALC's looking good. Everything's looking good. So what do you say?
Sounded pretty good. Do you know where your equalization is?
Not a hit. Boy, I got to look for it. I don't know.
Okay, let me give you a note there that when you find your EQ, I want you on the bass frequency. I want you to roll one click off. I want you to roll one click off on the bass frequency and 2 clicks up on the high frequency, on the treble. 2 clicks boost on the treble, 1 click minus on the bass. Roger?
Yeah, I got you. I can do that. That's in the set menu.
Roger. So I'll let you do that at your leisure. That should be easy enough, and I think you will be absolutely perfect after that, Roger.
Okay. Let's see. I can check it. You said one less or one more? One less.
Roll 1 click off the bottom, 2 clicks boost on the treble. Roger.
Roger that. The bass is adjusted. The treble. 2 clicks up on that. It's up all the way.
All right. Are you doing that now?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Gosh, come back and talk to me there for about 10 seconds so I can hear your... well, I'll tell you what. Now that we've made certain changes to the equalization, I would suggest going back to your ALC meter and double-checking to be sure that you're still mid-scale to 2/3. And if you would need to adjust it, use your mic gain to adjust that ALC meter to mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Roger that. It's pretty close to the same thing. It may be just a hair lower, but not much. Yeah, just a little bit lower. Let me bring it up a couple. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sort of back to where it was before.
Roger. So you're back to mid-scale to 2/3 there? All right, let me give you an exercise to work on there. This all has to do with getting the best foot forward in your audio, and that is the way you work the microphone. You always try to stay on axis to your microphone. In that case, with your hand mic, on axis is where you're talking across it. So that is the best position for that microphone as you work across it. And then if you have your VU meter or your power output meter, be looking at that, and then as you speak and you transmit, and as you're talking, what you want to do is try to keep that meter, the needle of that meter, up into the sweet spot as much as you can. And this has to do with the tempo of your speech, and it also has to do with the consistency of the peaks of your words. So you want to try to to modulate each word pretty much close as you can to the level of the next word. So you actually are doing your own human compression, if you will, of your audio signal. So the combination of your rate of speech and the level of your words, the peak of your words, will give you a very fat signal. Roger?
Roger. I understand. It looks almost, kind of steady. I need to work on it.
Roger, Roger. Well, I've had 50 years and I'm still working on it. So, but hour by hour as you do it, you'll be amazed at just how consistent you can become at that, Roger.
Roger, thank you. Appreciate it.
Roger, Roger. So let me say threes to you, sir. Thanks for checking in. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday between 3:30 and 5. Roger?
Well, thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. You're doing a great job.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You have a real great afternoon and a perfect weekend coming up. Threes to you, sir. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We are recording now live till 5. And like I said, we are that recording will go to YouTube. And so later on, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. We're now featuring about 1,050 some odd recorded Qso-Vlogs. And you'll be looking for one in specific about today's recording. It will be called My Group Air Check 4320. My Group Air Check 4320, today's date. This is KC9VKV listening.